What if I told you the 1976 half dollar isn't just a coin? It's a time machine back to America's boldest celebration, a forgotten chapter of patriotism, politics, silver secrets, and collectors' battles. From hidden minting mysteries to the billion-dollar bicentennial gamble, this is the untold story of the 1976 half dollar, and it will change how you see pocket change forever. The 1976 half dollar coin is more than a piece of American currency. It is a tribute to the 200th birthday of the United States, a coin minted during a time of patriotic celebration, economic transformation, and major shifts in the numismatic world to understand the true value and significance of the 1976 Kennedy half dollar. We must first look at its origins, the political landscape of the 1970s, and the enduring legacy of the man whose face it bears, President John F. Kennedy. After the tragic assassination of John F. Kennedy in November 1963, the nation sought a way to honor his memory, and by early 1964, the Kennedy half dollar was born. It replaced the Franklin half dollar, which had been in circulation since 1948. The design process was rushed due to overwhelming public demand. The obverse was designed by Gilroy Roberts, the chief engraver of the United States Mint at the time, while the reverse was designed by Franco Sporo, the assistant engraver. From the moment it was released, the Kennedy half dollar became immensely popular. People hoarded the 1960 for silver issues due to their intrinsic metal value and the emotional impact of President Kennedy's death. The coins rarely circulated, and the mint was forced to produce hundreds of millions to meet demand. However, by 1971, the composition of the half dollar changed due to rising silver prices. The mint transitioned to a copper-nickel clad composition similar to quarters and dimes beginning that year. Fast forward to 1975, Congress and the U.S. Treasury began preparing for the nation's bicentennial celebration scheduled for 1976 to commemorate 200 years of American independence. The mint announced special designs for the quarter, half dollar, and dollar coins. This decision was monumental because it marked the first time in U.S. history that the reverse designs of circulating coins would be changed to celebrate a national event. The 1976 Kennedy half dollar did not feature the standard presidential seal on the reverse. Instead, a design by Seth G. Huntington was chosen, which depicted Independence Hall in Philadelphia, the location where both the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution were debated and adopted. The inscription reads 200 years of freedom to emphasize the bicentennial spirit. Although the coin was dated 1776 although the coin was dated 1776 to 1976, it was actually struck during both 1975 and 1976, with no coins from those years bearing a regular date. The 1976 half dollars came into primary types: the clad copper-nickel versions and a special 40% silver version made for collectors. The silver versions were struck in both proof and uncirculated finishes and sold in special sets. The mint saw this as an opportunity to engage the public in a historic event, while also raising revenue through collectible sales. These silver sets became prized among collectors for their beauty and limited mintage. During this time, inflation was rising, gas prices were high, and the American economy was facing serious challenges. The bicentennial coins offered a sense of pride and unity in a nation that had just come through the Vietnam War, Watergate, and cultural upheaval. They were symbols of endurance, a reminder of how far the country had come and what it had overcome. Production figures for the 1976 half dollar were staggering. The Philadelphia and Denver Mint struck hundreds of millions of clad coins, with the San Francisco Mint focusing on proof and silver collector issues. Yet despite the huge production, the coin never saw widespread circulation. Most people saved them as keepsakes, meaning that today finding a circulated 1976 half dollar is relatively rare. Some of the most valuable versions of this coin include high-grade proofs, deep cameo strikes, and silver issues certified by third-party grading services with perfect or near-perfect scores. Errors are another area of interest in numismatics, and the 1976 half dollar has its share of varieties, including double die versus off-center strikes and other anomalies that fetch strong premiums on the open market. The design itself is rich in symbolism. The image of Independence Hall reminds Americans of their shared history and democratic ideals, while the dual date 1776 to 1976 ties the coin directly to the birth of the nation. The Kennedy portrait remains a lasting tribute to a president who inspired a generation and whose life was cut short yet continues to influence history. In the world of coin, collecting the 1976 Kennedy half dollar is a cornerstone. It sits at the intersection of modern and classic numismatics, bridging the silver era and the modern clad era. Its popularity has endured not just for its historic significance, but also because of its unique design and role in commemorating a pivotal moment in U.S. history. The story of the 1976 half dollar is not just about mintage and metal content. It is about America itself, a story of unity, struggle, celebration, and remembrance, a symbol of resilience and the power of history, minted in metal, held in hand, and cherished by millions around the world. Whether you are a seasoned collector or a casual observer, the 1976 Kennedy half dollar invites you to hold a piece of the American journey. And as time passes, its significance continues to grow, not just as currency, but as a cultural artifact, a reminder of what the United States stands for and the legacy it continues to build for future generations.